Lady Cougars, game one tonight. Parker Hazard alongside Trenton Perry. First time broadcast of the WC-TV network. Trenton Perry,
Yes,
good to
sir.
see you. Independence alum, Independence basketball player.
Yeah.
As we get seeing the starting lineups going on for both teams. How does it feel being back in the high school gym, and what do we see going on tonight?
Man, Parker, I'm so happy to be with you, man. And it's a lot of nostalgia in this gym. I mean, you know, used to play here, 6, 7 years ago. I'm seeing a lot of the staff that were still there at the school when we were there. I mean, it's a great feeling being here with you. I'm excited to see some good Williamson County basketball.
Yeah, good Williamson County basketball. We are going to have it tonight. Coach Brad Simmons in the hosting Lady Cougars tonight. 0-10 in conference play, 2-15 overall. Looking for that first win of the season in conference play, going up against a tough fourth-seeded Lady Eagles, 6-3 in conference, 12-6 overall, and 4 sophomores starting for this Lady Cougars team, Trenton. So we'll see the grit and determination that Coach Simmons has talked about. That this team has continued to have over this long season. Let's see what they can do here hosting the Eagles tonight. I'm
definitely looking forward to seeing how they play. Brad Simmons just talks about how energetic they are, how much they stay positive and they keep their heads up. So young team, but they're looking to get better every single game, which is the biggest point about high school basketball.
That's exactly right. Learning game it is. Lady Cougars start off with the basketball. Sheridan Foster leading the point for the Lady Cougars, a name to look out for tonight. Going down low, that is Mai Skinner, the junior forward, drawing the foul. Good look getting the ball inside for the Lady Cougars so far to begin the game, Trenton.
Very nice basic, big-time, big woman move down there. Just a nice post-up, good feed. Nice little hook shot to get to the line to get yourself rolling early as she misses the first one.
Yeah, like you said, getting the big player move down low, letting the body work. That is what is going to need to happen for Skinner and the Lady Cougars offense.
An early sub here. Harper Klein coming in.
So as Trenton mentioned, Harper Klein coming in for the Lady Cougars early. As big shot from the elbow. Libby Morrill, junior guard, getting the scoring started tonight. Lady Eagles 2-0 early as Foster brings the ball down. Going down low, Boyer, and the ball is taken away and regrouped by the Eagles. Amy Tang leading the defensive charge there.
That's going to be a big key for the Cougars to limit these kind of turnovers right there. Unforced, just a good drive, but you got to be able to kick that out maybe as a foul was called here on the Cougars.
Looks like Hannah Wright, the lone senior of the Lady Cougars, might have been called there as Jalen Banks is going to be at the line. The freshman guard starting here for the Lady Eagles. Nonetheless, good job by her drawing the contact, going in the lane, and getting a potential point chance here regardless.
Definitely. You mentioned Hannah Wright being the lone senior on the squad. Brad Simmons has just spoke great words about her, that she's just done a great job of being vocal, being just a great senior leader, a role model. And I'm also looking forward to seeing Sherrington Foster as a sophomore, but also the quiet leader that Brad Simmons alluded to in his pregame interview.
Absolutely. Jalen Banks going, hitting 1 out of 2, and turnover there at the front court. Nola Wiggins able to come up with the ball and getting a quick 2-pointer. 5-0 Lady Eagles here early, minutes out of the first quarter. And as you were mentioning Sheridan Foster and Hannah Wright being that more vocal leader, despite the record, kind of keeping the glue together, keeping the team and everyone bought in, and that is what Brad Simmons, the head coach, and Del Wright and everybody with that coaching staff of the Lady Cougars have really been impressed and appreciated.
At this point in the season, Parker, I mean, you kind of know where you're going to stand in these standings. I mean, Centennial's down there in the standings, but they want to be better. They want to get better as a team. Hannah Wright's done a great job of keeping all their heads up right here. I mean, they're down 5-0, but all because
it's the hunger that matters.
It is.
Absolutely. You're exactly right. As Klein in the front court for the Lady Cougars finds the Foster. Hard drive to the right.
Nice.
Nice little pull-up, unable to connect. Amy Tang bringing the ball up for the Lady Eagles. Not a bad look by Foster.
Not at all. Good little pull-up game. Ooh.
Got to keep the shots firing if you want to get
Great
points on
pass.
the board, if you will. Wow, great job. Offensive rebound. Kayla Miller getting her own miss. Following the shot off the backboard. Nice little kiss. 7-0 Lady Eagles.
I think that's a big key for both teams, Parker, just getting inside, attacking the rim.
Yeah, absolutely. As the Lady Cougars corral the ball. Down low, Skinner kicks it back out to Klein, unable to hit. And good hustle. Klein able to get her own rebound. Resets possession for the Lady Cougars. Hannah Wright drives. Left baseline, unable to connect on there. Just rolling off the rim, unfortunate. Lady Eagles answering. Deep shot from the point, Banks. Foster with the rebound. And maybe see if the Lady Cougars decide to slow it up a little bit, TP. Maybe try to get the points on the board. Hannah Wright taking the words right out of my mouth. Says, no, sir, Parker, I don't think so. I'm going to go ahead and pull up from here. 7-3. First points for the Lady Cougars. Great job. Great shot, Hannah Wright.
Hey, I'm a senior. I'm going to get us going with a nice little 3-ball to turn up this energy in our home gym.
That's right. And Kayla Miller from the elbow answering. Nothing but net. Let's see if the scoring stays contagious. Foster pulling up deep. Unable to connect, but I think if you're the coaching staff on the Lady Cougars, Trenton, keep shooting those balls.
Absolutely. Get them up, man. This is your home gym. It's, you're comfortable in here. I would like to see the Cougars, begin to move it inside now to get some of those threes. I mean, those kind of threes we can see all day. I agree with you that they definitely need to get them up and fire them up, especially in the circumstance that they're in. So just to get them some more confidence going into this game. But a strong performance so far from both teams.
Yeah,
a lot
absolutely.
of confidence on the floor.
Yeah, for sure. And you got to love to see the hard play as going up for the shot was Tang unable to hit. And for the Lady Cougars, Juliana Garrison and Taisha Hodge into the game, checking in. Quick turnover as the Lady Eagles push up the court. Nola Wiggins at the point, driving and kicks. Here goes Banks, another chance from deep and hits.
That's it right there, Parker. You see the drive to get Banks wide open for an easy, rudimentary step-in tray ball. She works on that in the gym. That's the team play that both teams need to work on tonight and able to get these wins. If the Cougars want to get a win, they need to be able to move the ball around just like that, penetrate the lane, have everybody come in deep in the paint, kick out for your shooters. That's great basketball right there.
And that was, like you mentioned, the isolation play. Nola Wiggins taking that to the right side and freeing up Banks there from deep. All-around team effort, as you said, for sure. A lot of basketball knowledge. Trenton Perry's dropping us right now. What was that, 2013, 2012 Independence grad?
13.
13,
That's
okay.
right.
So I was 11. I was 2 years. Yeah, 2013 grad, alma mater, just as myself of Independence High School. 3 years at Eastern Michigan. Finished it off 2 years at Cumberland High School.
Yeah.
Now doing a little bit of training and coaching yourself. That's awesome, man. It's an honor to have you here, and I'm just excited to get you going with this side of it, man.
Hey,
I
appreciate you having me on. It comes full circle. We were classmates, and it's great to be here with you. I'm the limited basketball knowledge I do have, with just seeing so many levels of the game. I'm hoping to share with you guys and just see how this game is played here and at Centennial.
Well, man, I know Lance and Creed and the guys up top really appreciate you being here. As
Nice.
Out of the break, great inside move there by Maya Skinner, unable to connect. I think at this point she is that physical presence down low, and they're going to look to her to keep shooting, not to get discouraged by those misses.
I think Coach is perfectly fine with that layup as Eagles respond with an easy layup as their own.
Christy Martinez getting the feed down low, and the Eagles off to an 11-point lead. 3.5 minutes left to go here in this first quarter. Foster going up and under, unable to connect. And Wiggins quickly down floor. Down low to Tang. Tang loses it, and good forced turnover there by the Lady Cougars, as leading that charge on defense, Juliana Garrison, the freshman, in off the bench for the Lady Cougars.
And again, the Cougars are getting good looks right now. That's a layup she just has to finish. If they finish a few more of those layups that the Eagles are finishing right now, it's a closer ball game. But they just cannot get their heads down. They got to stay in it and got to stay the course.
And you got to think a little bit of that has to do with youth,
right?
You know, and
no question.
And you know, Coach Simmons knows that, and just the fact that the team stays bought in. That's what you don't see very much anymore, especially at this level, the high school level. You can get down a lot, but this team, and with the lack of leadership, senior leadership, how they're able to stay together and stay bought in, that just says that stands alone with itself right there.
And that's what Coach Brad Simmons is talking about, is another unforced turnover here for the Cougars. But shoot, I mean, there's a lot to be excited about with this team. I mean, they're young, they have great camaraderie, great chemistry. They love being in the gym with each other. So it's huge, especially in the high school level. It's very important to have some of that, because at the end of the day, whether it's high school basketball, college basketball, the camaraderie that you get from it is going to stay with you forever, and it makes you want to work that much harder to really grind it out for your sisters on the floor.
Absolutely, and hard play defensively down low as the pass was going towards Banks, and Hannah Wright
right there with it,
staying with the ball. Tough play defensively by Hannah Wright, and to me right there, that's what you like to see if you're a coaching staff.
Love it.
All over the floor, as going inside quickly to Kayla Miller, and gonna be a foul on the shot. Let's see who they call it on.
Well, those are the plays we love to see, just like you said, Parker, especially from, guess who, the lone senior, the leader on the floor, Hannah Wright. Those are the plays that get your teammates going. They get your teammates saying, okay, Hannah's diving on the floor. She's scrapping for loose balls. Even when we're down 12 right now, 15-3, she's still fighting. She wants to fight. This is our home court. We still have a chance to get back in this thing. It's a long game.
That's exactly right. As Kayla Miller goes in for her second free throw, that is 2 for 2.
Nice looking shot on her.
Yeah, absolutely, and then the senior center, the lone senior starter, senior starting five, have you making her presence known down low as Sheridan Foster, with 2.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter, trying to get the Lady Cougars back in the scoring column. Setting up from deep was Taisha Hodge. Offensive rebound, and it was lost by Skinner. Lady Eagles pushing up the floor. Banks,
nice,
taking it herself, unable to connect. Lady Cougars looking to push. Hodge.
There you go.
Nice little Euro step. Skinner there for the pickup and one. Way to be there, Maya Skinner, for the offensive rebound and picking up the foul for the old-fashioned three-point play.
I love it. You got to attack the rim there. Tasha Hodge does a great job of just pushing the break off of missed layups, and you see it all over the place. Middle school, high school, college, it doesn't matter. Missed layups always lead to easy opportunities on the other end.
Absolutely.
Falls.
And with that free throw, Skinner letting us know the bank is open, and that brings the Lady Eagles lead down to 10, 16-6. 1:59 left to go here in the opening quarter. Centennial High School, game one of our doubleheader, WC-TV Game of the Week. We are live. Banks kicks it out. Tang drives, little floater off the glass, unable to hit. Let's see who it's off on. Trenton, I don't know.
Tough one there. It's, you know, these refs, they have their hands full, man. It's a tough job to do. Sometimes you just got to go with the best call that you see.
Wish we had that one extra camera to be able to look at that replay.
Help them out a little bit.
Nonetheless, Lady Eagles regained possession. Banks, one-on-one, kicks it to Libby Morrill, and she misses, and trying to save the ball was Harper Klein, and possession looks like she was able to. Okay, there we go. A little bit of little conference there by our officiating crew there, so it will stay with the Lady Eagles. Banks down low. Nice little pass to Caleb Miller, unable to connect. Wiggins trying to save it. Miller going back up, just tenacious down low. As Maya Skinner was able to come up with the defensive rebound after the third shot by Miller. And Miller will be charged for the foul down low.
Well, this is a great matchup we're seeing here. Parker from Skinner and Miller, as she picks up another foul and is benched here. But they're going at it, you know, just down low, bruising. Just old-fashioned basketball. You love to see it.
Definitely no loss of or no lack of effort from either side so far tonight.
No question.
As Skinner kicks to right back down low.
Nice.
Klein from the corner, or from the wing, excuse me, in and out. And ball's going to go off of Skinner. Possession going towards the Lady Eagles. That's not a bad offensive possession for Centennial right there. Great ball movement.
If I'm Coach Simmons, that's what we want to do all night long. Just get it inside, see what you got. If there's no double, we're kicking it out for our shooters.
Jalen Banks going coast to coast. And not a bad play there by Banks, going right after Skinner. The big body down low, trying to get her into foul trouble. And I want to say that is either her second or third tonight. I have not done a good job keeping up that stat. But good job by Banks.
Well, we'll see here in a moment if she gets subbed out. But Banks, you can tell she's in attack mode, doing a great job as she makes the first free throw. And right on cue, here comes Skinner just on the bench and a sub for Juliana Garrison. But Banks, man, she's getting downhill. And if she doesn't have that layup, she's doing a great job of dumping it off as well.
Yeah, eyes up. Her eyes are up for sure as the freshman guard hits 2 of 2 from the line. Not playing very much like a freshman so far tonight, as the Eagles showing a little bit of a pressure look here on defense. Garrison able to get it past the timeline. Foster kicking it to right, a little long, make it a pass to Klein. Hodge from 3. Unable to connect.
Those are the tough shots right there. Those are tough shots right there, Park. I think we'd rather have that last shot, especially going down 12 in the first quarter.
Well, you got to think, like you said, the deficit itself, but open shots take them.
Yeah.
You
still got to be aggressive.
You can't take them home with you. As Banks will hold up the ball as we reach 6 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter. Looking for the pick from Martinez. Banks pulls up. And with that shot, open look, unable to connect. Lady Eagles lead after the first quarter, 18-6 here at Centennial High School. And right now, I think, what do you think the Centennial Lady Cougars sidelined right now, Trenton? What do they have to come out onto the court in the second quarter mentally? What do they have to do?
Right now, Coach Simmons is probably telling his girls to slow it down, be patient. We're only down 12. We still have 3 more quarters to go. We're getting good looks. They're getting a lot of good shots off. Just need to knock them down, and that will happen through the course of the game when you start getting yourself feeling good and you start making yourself feel good once you get those easy looks. Once you feed it in down low and then they double and you kick it out for those wide open threes. Yeah, that one went in and out. Those will start to fall in the course of the game. So right now I'm impressed with both teams. They're moving the ball very well. I think the Eagles are doing a better job of attacking and looking to dump it off to their big to get easy layups. The biggest difference is the Eagles are hitting their layups and the Cougars are just falling short on a couple of theirs.
Yeah, and piggybacking off of that, I think the physical aspect of the game is leaning more towards the Eagles' side.
Right.
And that in the first quarter did show its muscles a little bit. But just like you and I and everybody else at home knows, basketball's a game of runs.
It is.
And right now, barring a defensive stop by the Lady Cougars, or excuse me, okay, now the Lady Cougars are going to be starting possession. So
they want to punch first.
Let's see what they can do.
They got to show that hey, we're fine. We're going to be the aggressors right here. We're going to win this second quarter.
So down 12, starting the second quarter. Foster kicks to Klein. Not a bad shot. Open look. Unable to connect.
Take those all night.
Exactly. Quick shot. And Lady Eagles take possession. Martinez fighting hard down low. Unable to connect. And quick start to the second quarter. Both teams coming up empty on their first possession. Foster coming up empty from 3, and Tang quickly getting across the timeline. Kicks to Morrow. Morrow finding Banks. Banks seemed to be a magnet in the first half so far of the basketball. Tang down low to Martinez. Good look.
And how many times have we seen that already, Parker? I think Coach Glazner over at Independence has made it a conscious effort in the scouting report. Hey, we are going to attack the Lady Cougars, and if you don't have to layup, dump it off. We'll get layups just off that.
Definitely take advantage of the help defense or lack thereof of the Lady Cougars by driving the lane. Banks quickly after the miss goes down to Tang. Nice move by Tang. And down low, the foul is going to be called. I believe that was on Juliana Garrison. Good foul by the freshman. Gonna force the junior Tang to get the 2 points the hard way.
Nice little jab step right there. Parker to free up a layup, and she misses the first one. So just like you said, hey, we're happy with that foul. Earn them at the line.
I think, needless to say, I think that mention of that first jab step there, that was a good look there by Tang, able to make the defender miss, and missing the back end of the free throws. Gonna have a little conference here by the officiating crew to see who will obtain possession.
Looks like it was off by the Cougars. They got to come up with that rebound right there, especially when you're down 14 in the second quarter.
Absolutely, free throw nonetheless. Banks driving hard, comes up empty, gets her own rebound, and drawing the foul. I believe is that Garrison again?
Sure. Well, it looks like it's Tasha Hodge.
Is it Hodge? Okay, they both were close.
I think that's a very tough call.
Yep.
Before a ref, whenever you see that hand go down, every single time, and this is why I even tell my players, on defense, even if you get all ball and they still call it, it's because that hand goes down as Banks misses the first one. So not a bad foul for her in the light of things, but if she goes straight up right there, then turns around, boxes out, the ball's going to fall right in your hands.
As Banks hits the second of the free throws. Libya Morrow coming out of the game for the Eagles as a three-pointer.
There it goes. Harper Klein, she's had a few looks tonight. Now it's starting to get going.
Harper Klein getting the three-point scoring in for the Lady Cougars as a little bit of a hand check, ticky foul there on Hannah Wright. 21-9 our score here, second quarter, 6:18 left to go.
Right now, the Cougars, I think, have gotten a lot of three-point shots off. You alluded to earlier in the game, Parker, if you're open, shoot the ball. Now they're starting to get comfortable with it as Harper Klein knocks down. I believe that was her first one of about 3 or 4. So all open looks. That you're not going to miss a ton of open looks every single time.
And with that, it's quite apparent that the look on offense for Centennial is going to be looking down low, especially to Skinner when she's in the game out of foul trouble. So the Lady Eagles are blocking off that center and just going to give up the three-point shots. Like you said, hey, if they're going to let us do it, let us do it. We'll get hot.
Oh, yeah. There she goes again.
Klein. Ooh. And it just seems the ball is getting closer to falling each time it leaves her hands. As new into the game, Ryan Prokop dishes to Banks. And it looks like we're going to get a charge foul called on Banks. Steamrolling Foster into the paint. And so good charge take there by Foster.
I love charge calls. Charge calls, man, they get your teammates going. I mean, you saw the bench over there. They're jumping up. They're getting hyped. That fuels your team not only to play well on offense, but, hey, let's get gritty on defense as well.
Michaela Cox in for the Lady Cougars, as well as Davis, A.K. Anna Catherine for the Lady Eagles. As we approach 5.5 minutes left to go here in our first half, 22-9, Independence over Centennial. Jab step, Haley Wright pulls up, long once again. Banks quickly up the floor. And gonna be a blocking foul on Foster, as looked like Banks kind of lowered her shoulder there a little bit.
Yeah.
Gonna have a called towards the Lady Eagles there for sure. And at that point, with 9 fouls for the Centennial Lady Cougars, that will send Independence to the line in the bonus for 1-1.
That's tough on the Cougars, especially how the Eagles are attacking right now. Banks, I think this is about her 4th, 5th time at the line. Another tough call for the refs to make. I mean, I think that was an easy block call, really, though. Sheraton Foster just moving her feet a little bit. If she would have just set that down, it would have been a good charge for her.
Absolutely, you're exactly right, and that is going to be something to look forward to look into learning in the future for those types of plays. As good drive by Wright, unable to come in. Long shot there by Ryan Prokop, followed in.
Think that was a pass right there, Parker? Pass or shot? We'll call it an assist.
You know what? I was just trying to follow the ball in the play. I just kind of got tongue-tied there, but great pickup there by Martinez, able to picking up the long shot. And with that timeout, our score, 4:58 left to go in the second quarter. Independence over Centennial, 26-9. And, Independence, Trenton, coming off of a pretty tough loss. They had a bye week, or a bye game on Tuesday, coming off a tough loss, 75-40 against Page last week. Yeah. Page, no slouch, second in the conference right now at 9-1, 18-1 overall. Yeah. And how does a coach get their team back together, back their heads underneath them, their feet underneath them after a loss like that?
Man, just staying the course, getting back in the gym, getting back to the drawing board. That game's behind us. We have to focus on the next game. The most important game in any season is the next game. So I think as a veteran coach, Brian Glazner, he knows what to do. I know he's the right man to steer the ship in the right direction. You know, Page is a very talented team. I'm sure he's telling his girls that, hey, we're going to see them again. We're going to see them in the district tournament, and that's when we'll kind of make our comeback. I know it was at Page. Girls started getting it rolling a little bit early, which is always tough to dig yourself out of a hole. So it gets to a point we're in the game. Hey, we're down about 20-30, so let's just work on us, and then after the game we'll get back to the drawing board and make sure we get a win next game.
And with that, after that type of loss and coming up against a building Centennial team, Independence has not come out really flat at all. They've come out firing on all cylinders, 26 quick points here in the first half, and a gritty, dangerous Centennial team that can get on a roll and get a run going. And I think in the last 4.5 minutes of this first half, that's exactly what they're going to look to do, with Foster missing that open shot, unfortunately. Yeah. But a good look nonetheless.
They're getting all open shots, Parker. I mean, and these are, just like you said, you never really know. You got to stay the course. It's a hard charging call.
It's down low. Anna Catherine's going to get called for the charge. Hannah Wright staying tough down low, taking it. Shaking up a little bit on the play, but she is under her own power, going back down to the offensive side for the Lady Cougars. And that's the type of turnover you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. That's what Coach Simmons says that Hannah Wright is for this team. She's the lone senior. She's a leader. She's a captain. As the open three goes up and just a little bit short.
Kayla Cox into the game, freshman, another freshman for the Lady Cougars. Coming up short, like Trenton said. Banks kicks it out to Anna Catherine and unable to hit. Foster rushing up court quick. And Banks is going to get called for the blocking foul.
A nice push here by Sheraton Foster. That's what the Lady Cougars have to do is, we're getting open threes right now, but they're not falling. They're good shots, and obviously, just like you said early in the game, Parky, we got to keep taking them. But at the same token, it's looking like we can get these open shots whenever we want. There's no shot clock, and we need to start moving around. We need to start attacking them, and because that starts to wear on teams, especially later in the game. If you're just attacking them over and over and over again, then later in the game, it's okay. Shoot, my legs, though I don't feel tired because of the adrenaline, my body is still just dragging just a little bit. So basketball's a chess game, Parker. You got to attack early, and then hey, these shots, I wouldn't be surprised if they start falling a little later.
And going off that point, Centennial's finally getting into the type of game that they're going to have to play due to the defense that Independence is showing them.
Yeah.
And we're just now to 17 fouls for Independence. That's putting Centennial to the line. We're seeing them play a little bit more aggressively here in the past 2 minutes of this second quarter, mainly the second quarter entirely. And by that play there by Foster, going down, drawing the foul, getting into the bonus, getting those points from the line. That's what you'd like to see. That's what you want to see going in the latter half of this first half. And hopefully some type of run here and trying to catch Independence flat.
No question.
So Wiggins inbounding the ball for the Lady Eagles. Tang kicks it up to Prokop. Tang down to AK, overshoots Davis, or excuse me, Kayla Miller overshot on the play, and here come the Lady Cougars. 3.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Hodge from deep. Give her space, she will shoot.
Hey, there's no lack of confidence on this court right here, Parker. I like it.
So after that huge three-pointer by Taisha Hodge, that brings the score down to 12, 26-14, 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the first half. Hard drive, and coming up just short, Davis, AK, Anna Catherine. Hard drive, drawing the foul, trying to get him the hard way here for the Lady Cougars. And let's just take a look at this nice little work here by Hodge.
Well, hey, she dribbles up the court. Hey, you're not going to come up and put a hand up, hand down, man down, or woman down here in this case. Hey, I love the shot, and just like you said early in the game, hey, you got to have the confidence. She's already taken a few. They've been off the mark, but right here, hey, I'm right into it. My feet are set. I'm leaving up my fall through. Great shot.
And like you said, you know, eventually if they're gonna keep giving you the shots, they're gonna eventually keep falling.
That's right.
And the misses keep getting closer. The makes are starting to get more frequent.
Yep.
So as long as the Cougars continue to do that, we could see an interesting second half. But with Anna Catherine hitting 2 for 2 from the free throw line, the Lady Eagles are going to need to continue that stretch from the charity stripe. Hodge bringing the ball down court, kicks to Klein. Klein looking inside to Catherine Legion, and Legion's going to be fouled there down low by, looks to be Kayla Miller there.
Probably her third there. And here comes the sub.
I'm pretty sure that it has to be 3 if she's coming out with 3 minutes left.
I know she came out earlier with 2. And then she picks up that late one. I know Coach Glazner, you know, you don't want your star players or your big on the floor to be on the bench for too long to get cold. So you want to just kind of bring them back into the game as the first free throw goes down for the Lady Cougars. You don't want them to get cold over there on the bench. So just bring them back in for a little bit. I'm sure he's bummed about that foul call, though.
And depending on how the back stretch of this game goes, rotation will be key, as an unfortunate bounce off the rim. Legion there, 1 of 1 from the 2 free throws. 28-15, 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the first half. As the Lady Cougars and Harper Klein come up with the defensive rebound, look to push, kind of claw into this lead that the Lady Eagles have. Taisha Hodge from deep NBA range. We see you, 21.
She's starting to feel it, Parker. And here comes the turnover.
Quick turnover there. Juliana Garrison able to come up with it, drawing the foul on, I believe that's number 12, Libby Morrill. We have a 10-point game, Trenton.
Hey, Taisha Hodge, she's just putting it in her own will to say, hey, we're still at home. We still have a lot of game left, and we're only down 10 now. I mean, just look at that. Again, hand down,
just quick,
woman down.
Quick release.
And I know Coach Glazer's over there telling his girls, hey, don't let them get comfortable, because this is what we talked about. They're getting a lot of shots up, and the more you get them up, the more they're likely to fall. And Taisha Hodge, she's feeling good now. And with momentum building as a foul's called, I believe we're going to get some one-on-one free throws, or I believe they're in the double bonus now.
Yeah, it's going to be foul number 10 on Centennial. Double bonus time for the Lady Eagles there on the rebound. Martinez was fouled, and with Garrison missing that front end of the 1-and-1, that, these runs that happened in basketball that Centennial is very capable of making, which we've seen in the past 2.5 minutes of basketball.
Yeah.
Those foul shots, especially
Man,
when you have this much time left in a quarter, 2.5 minutes, and you're already at the opposing team's at 9 fouls, got to come up big on those, capitalize on those foul shots.
Free throws are so huge, Parker. You are absolutely right. I believe the ref's going to catch Hodge stepping over the line a little early.
Oh, is that what that was there?
Yep, I believe so.
Little lane violation there on Taisha Hodge.
And that's tough. But those, looking back to the free throw count, that's always what the coaches look at. Like one of the first things when you look at the box score at the end of the game, like, hey, we lost by 3. How many free throws did we miss?
Right.
As another missed free throw here. So Cougars, another chance to cut into this lead.
Nice rebound there off the foul shot by Katie Rock into the game for Harper Klein. Closing in on 2 minutes. Hannah Wright going in tough. Little floater off the elbow there, unable to connect. As we approach the 2-minute mark. Big three by Tang, unable to hit. And impressive offensive rebound by Sheridan Foster. Quickly up the court, finds Hodge. Hodge draws a double team. Step back, unable to connect, but a pretty little look there by Hodge.
Ooh, looking to the late Kobe Bryant, I think paying homage over there. That looked good right there, Parker. Hey, that's a heat check right there. She's already knocked down 2 shots. I'm okay with that shot right there.
Independent showing a little bit of pressure there on Hodge in the corner as their offensive possession comes up short. Banks missing the 3. Hannah Wright with the rebound. And Lady Cougars pushing it up court, down 10, approaching 1 minute left in the first half. Garrison off her pivot foot, unable to connect. Didn't find an open receiver there, if you will, on the pass, and decided to do it herself.
Not a horrible look there, Parker, but these are the times where, hey, you're on a run. There's a minute left in the half. Let's slow things down. Let's move it around a little bit, and we can, that's a great move.
Got to stay strong on defense after those runs, though.
My goodness. Tang.
Nice little pump fake there. Amy Tang finishing for the Lady Eagles. 45 seconds left in the first half. Foster pinballing through 3 Eagle defenders. Decides to go right and unable to hit. Impressive individual effort there by Foster as Wiggins on the other end unable to connect. Prokop with the offensive rebound. Good hustle there by Garrison to draw the jump ball. Possession arrow will stay with the Lady Eagles.
Those are the plays we want to see each possession, Parker. The Lady Cougars just hustling on both ends, defensively and offensively, but especially, the thing is, Brad Simmons, he's not even worried about offense right now. He made it known that he wants a Sheraton Foster attacks hard in the middle, almost gets that and 1 call. She's going to the line, but picking up what I was saying, Brad Simmons, he's said in the pregame, a big key for them to get a win tonight is to focus on defense. And Brad Simmons, yes, sir, is my mistake on that last name, but he said that a big key for them to get this win at home is to make sure that their defensive effort is nice as Sheraton Foster knocks down the first one and cuts down this lead.
So after the turnover on the baseline inbounds, Sheridan Foster going up for her second free throw after the foul and hits. We are back to 10 points with 15 seconds left. Garrison and Garrison and Katie Rock both almost with the turnover. Eagles frantically looking for an open shot. Finds it to Banks. Banks from 3. Misses. Huge rebound by Hannah Wright to stop the ball, to stop the chances there. The last chance effort by the Lady Eagles. Good defense. Yeah. And Trenton, good basketball all around here in the first half.
Absolutely. I think if I'm Coach Brad Simmons, I'm going to go in. I'm proud of my ladies right now. It could have, any other team really could be getting down, but the Cougars, they're fighting, and you could tell, just like Brad Simmons said, hey, we got a team that they're young, but they fight hard. We're only down 10 going into the second half.
There we have it, 20-30 is our 10-point half score here in the first half at Centennial High School. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back here to Centennial High School, second half action of our girls game. And with a late run at the end of the first half, the Lady Cougars have cut the Eagles' lead down to 10, 30-20, starting the second half, and the Lady Cougars have the ball.
Hey.
Starting quickly down low. Skinner unable to hit. Foster coming up empty, but Hodge trying to keep the hot streak from deep out of the locker room, unable to hit. Here come the Eagles. And Trenton, what did we see as Banks there with, and if we're going to talk independence, Banks would be the name to talk about. Right. But what did we see from both sides of the ball there in the first half?
So far, Eagles just in attack mode. Banks, she's leading right now at 10, and she missed that layup, but she's been doing that all game. Cougars getting up a lot of tray balls. Hodge right here, who has the ball, she got up 2 big ones to really cut the lead and give the Lady Cougars just this 10-point deficit as another jumper goes up and out. But in a follow-up layup, ooh, those are tough to miss. But, hey, Lady Cougars, man, they're fighting. And that's what Coach Brad Simmons alluded to in his interviews before the game, that these girls, they're not going to give up. They're going to keep fighting, and I think Coach Glazer knows that.
And that's all they can do. And it's a team that's capable of going on runs, and they showed us that there at the end of the first half as Maya Boyer, the sophomore Lady Cougar, there with the foul down low. And so far, empty possessions for both teams starting off the second half. Tang bringing it up court, gets Wiggins. Wiggins, nice little bounce pass to Martinez. Martinez drawing the foul from Skinner, and Skinner a little emotional after the foul, is going to get teed up. And that is an unfortunate a fortunate event there for the Lady Cougars, as that's going to be a quick change there for the Lady Cougar sidelines.
That's tough right there. I mean, hey, you're down 10, you're in your home gym, you're emotional, okay? It's a passionate ball game. It's a tough one for the ref to call. I don't, those are out of our hands.
And we're right. We can't even with that, even with that, I believe that's number 4 there for Skinner.
Yikes, yeah.
So that's going to be the majority of this second half there, sitting next to Coach.
Which is big.
Martinez hitting the first of her 2 technical shots. And Skinner will be replaced on the floor by Harper Klein.
So she's gotten a few tray balls up as well. I think she's starting to get a little more comfortable in this ball game.
2 for 2 from the line for Martinez.
Good looking jumper there at the line.
Hodge, Foster, Klein, Boyer, and Wright out on the floor for the Lady Cougars as we get
foul shots.
5 shots?
I think these are the foul shots because Skinner was called on a foul, a shooting foul, so they get both of them. So they shot the technical fouls, and here are the shots that Banks would have taken amid the technical.
Okay, so why aren't we around the key here for the?
They're going to get the ball back because of the technical. So that's
so they
that's
went ahead and did the foul shot,
Yep.
the free throws for. I see.
Yep.
Okay.
They did a tech. Here's the foul shots, and Banks knocks it down to make it 12 on the game.
That's why you're here, man. That's why you got to keep me afloat, brother.
I got you, brother.
So after the 4 free throws made there by Banks, 34-20, 14-point lead. The Lady Eagles regain possession. Tang from Banks, nice drive off the glass, too hard. Off of Hodge into Foster's hands, going quickly down the floor. Euro step and in. Pretty play there by Sheridan Foster.
Well, these are the plays that get us going, Parker, and I'm sure she's going to get her teammates going as well. That's a layup that's going to start her feeling good. Maybe a tray ball next. That's when it's going to start falling.
Good answer to the aftermath of that technical foul as the Lady Eagles come up short and empty. Opportunity here for the Lady Cougars to answer as Taisha Hodge, NBA 3-point range, 3 out of 5 by Miss Hodge. And we have a timeout on the floor.
Oh, a technical foul?
And looks like it's going to be a technical foul on Hodge.
You know what,
after
Parker,
the 3 ball.
There, no tech is going to deflate this gym right now, though. Hodge is taking it within her. She's showing me something tonight, Parker. I'm telling you, the exact same threes, as a missed layup. I had a feeling it was going to be like that because the momentum is shifting in this gym right now. They're getting it going. Hodges' family is in here. They're turning up with her, and their teammates are saying, you know what, Taisha, you got a tech, but that's okay. We're going to keep this momentum going for you. We're still only down 10 points. We've got a second half.
A little bit of a young action there, a little bit of a youth play there by Hodge as she takes a bench and has a little bit of a conversation there with Coach Simmons.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, we are back at a 10-point lead for the Lady Eagles as Centennial trying to contain the fast-paced, aggressive offense that the Lady Eagles have possessed tonight. Down low to Miller. Miller off the glass, unable to hit. Strong offensive rebound by Banks as she gets her own rebound after that and fouled by Wright. And here, just over 3 minutes gone in this third quarter. Trenton, and we've had a lot of free throws.
Yeah, it
especially on this end, it feels like.
Hey, the Lady Cougars, they're getting a little frustrated now with the referees, which, you really can't let happen, man. You got to control what you can control.
It's all about that personal emotion, too.
Yeah, it is.
It kind of bites you in the rear.
And they feel it. They feel that they're in this game as Banks hits the first one. So, everything's going to be, just like you said, a little more emotional, a little more passionate. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit more of that later into this game.
Well, with the way the free throw percentages are looking for the Lady Eagles, and especially by number 23 freshman Banks there, Jalen Banks.
She's playing hard.
You're not going to want to give those easy free points there because she is cashing in there from the line. So
we don't have the stats right in front of us, Parker, but I'd say to guess that she's been to the line at least 8 times. I mean, she's feeling really good. She's getting to the rim. We said out the gate, she just is pushing hard, and she's continuing to attack the rim. I'm sure Coach Glazner is very excited to have her as a freshman starting getting so much experience on this team.
Absolutely.
And I'd also like to point out, Parker, as we are in timeout, the student section is filling up, and they made plans to give tribute to the late and great Kobe Bryant, as well as his daughter Gigi, as well as the others that were affected in this tragedy. I mean, there's a lot of Kobe Bryant jerseys in the stands. I know Independence coming on the road, they're going to be doing the same thing. So I had to point that out. It's just a great thing for both schools to do.
Yeah, it's kind of cool how the senior leadership groups of both student sections got together via Twitter, via text messages, however it may be, as Sheridan Foster, untouched, going in. Nice, pretty layup off the glass, getting our lead back to 10. A little bit of full court press, man-to-man coverage there by Foster. Banks avoids it. And as we reset, Banks has the ball back up top. And as we were mentioning that, after this shot, nice look by Jalen Banks.
Well, those free throws, I mean, she was right there just working on her fall through. Now, those threes are going to start falling.
And I want to say that is between 19 to 21 points after those 4 free throws and that three-pointer for Banks. As here she comes after the miss, long rebound. Goes up against Foster, and they're gonna count the basket on the block. Banks drawing the foul on Foster.
I like her game. She is just aggressive, Parker, and she's finishing her layup. She's finishing through contact. Looks like we're going under the rim. I thought he counted those. I thought he counted.
I did
that
too.
bucket.
It kind of looked like he kind of gave the.
He's on the floor. He was saying on the floor. Okay.
All right. But like you said, her game's great. Eyes are up.
Yeah.
She has a high motor, zero fear, and
nice.
Coach Glazer gets that for 3 more years.
Yeah.
As errant pass, Miller unable to obtain the ball, and the Lady Cougars will get possession. 40-27, 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go here in our third quarter, as the student sections on both sides start to fill up in anticipation of our boys game. Mentioning what Trenton said, both of those student sections getting together and both wearing purple and yellow in honor of probably a name that gives a big reason why all of us are here right now, and we love the game of basketball, Kobe Bryant.
My goodness, and as well, I mean, we're watching lady basketball here, Gigi Bryant as well. Have to mention her name. Just double tragic to hear that news, and she had, so much to give to this game. Great to see her and Kobe at ball games all the time, and I was really excited to see her future. But I know that they're shining on us, and they're shining on everybody here, and I think Independence and Centennial see that.
That's right, and the players and folks in the community of this county can play and live through them.
Yes.
And that's exactly what these two student bodies are doing, and I think that's great.
Nice.
Nice look inside to Miller by Libby Morrill. And
Coach Glazner right on the possession before. They threw that over her head for out of bounds. That's a tough pass to make. I saw Coach Glazner down there say, hey, throw it to the corner first. Give yourself a better angle. Then we can get it down low to her. And they executed on the other end.
And that's a good way of looking at it, talking about angles, as Foster coming up short with the floater. And the Eagles coming down the floor quick, looking to gain on their 15-point lead, 42-27. 3.5 minutes left to go in this third quarter. And a number to throw out there as from the corner, unable to hit, was Morrill. Offensive rebound down low by Miller. And Klein's going to bring the ball back up for the Lady Cougars. A stat to point out there, 17 fouls for the Lady Cougars up against 0 for the Independence Lady Eagles, as they just picked up their first foul there on the Hannah Wright shot.
Mm-hmm. Those are the fouls that Coach Glazner, he's not happy about there. You never want to foul a shooter, and that jump shot looked a little short, despite the foul. So. But just, I mean, it's intensity on defense. Sometimes you can't really help it. I mean, they know, they've been coached as the first one goes in for Hannah Wright. It's easier said than done, I'll say, Parker. I've fouled a couple shooters in my day just by sprinting on the defensive end and just wanting to get a stop so bad that, hey, your body weight's just carrying right into the shooter. It's
that type of play that we see from this Lady Cougars sidelines that's going to only get better in the future. Big offensive rebound off the free throws there by Boyer. And a little contact down low. Looks to be on Harper Klein of the Lady Cougars. And that hustle, there is no lack of it if you're talking about the Lady Cougars sideline.
Yeah.
Wiggins taking a breather, and Anna Catherine Davis in for her. And
boy, look at these foul calls, man. I mean, 8 fouls already on the Cougars. That's tough on them. Only 1 for the visiting Lady Eagles, so that's good for them. As the first one in 1-on-1 misses, and Miller with the cleanup.
Great job boxing out Hodge down low was Miller. And yeah, out of the gate coming in this second half, fouls and mental errors have kind of inhibited the Lady Cougars to get back into this lead, as we see an errant pass and fumbled there by Hannah Wright, and costly turnover giving the Lady Eagles the ball. Here comes the dangerous Banks. 1-on-1 with Foster.
Ooh.
Nice little move, fake pass, and what a scoop shot off the glass, faking it over to the side to Davis. What a beautiful basketball move.
What are we talking about over here, Parker? I mean, that's just, hey.
We're talking about a freshman. That's what we're talking about.
And she wants to score the ball. And she's getting downhill. Just a beautiful move.
Klein, open from 3. Good look. And off the ball on the rebound, looks like we're going to have a foul on the floor.
Looking back at this replay right here, okay, a little pressure. But I'm a nice little crossover and Euro step. Ja Morant jelly with the left hand goes down. That's nice right there.
Yeah, John Morant's down there in Memphis. If he's seeing this, he's liking it.
He's tipping
Wonderful
his hat
play
off.
by Banks. Kicks it out. Klein, hungry to get another one of those threes. Keep shooting it, girl. As Prokop coming down the floor gives to Banks. 2 minutes left to go, third quarter. 46-28, Independence leads. Turnover, Hodge brings the ball back down for Centennial. Finds Hannah Wright.
Nice.
And Wright able to gather her feet down below, able to connect on the fast break point. 16-point lead, Lady Eagles.
And you see Coach Glazner over there like, hey, pass it to the corner. That's a tougher pass to make, especially because they're trying to front the post. And now she gets a wide open three in the corner. Oh. And those are the ones that the Lady Cougars have to come up with. You're only down 16 in only the third quarter. I mean, we got under 2 minutes right now, but hey, try to get 3 consecutive stops, and let's see where we are going into the fourth. You might be only down 10 to 8 points.
And it's that eager style of play that the Lady Cougars are playing with and just knitted together and showing relentless defense not giving up as Hannah Wright and the Lady Cougars coming up with the turnover.
Good help side defense there.
And Hodge able to corral the ball. Foster and Wright getting the offense started for Centennial as we approach 1 minute to go here in the third quarter.
Good
Up and
footwork.
under look by Foster, unable to do so. Kicks decline and hits.
I'm not surprised by that one, Parker. I knew that was going in right when she left her fingers, man. Hey, she's been shooting them all night. She's been confident in them. They've been in and out, in and out. That one's going down.
Great job.
13-point game.
Absolutely great job there by Foster, forcing the isolation, penetration to isolate herself and the defense following her and finding the open Klein. With 40 seconds left to go here in this third quarter, Banks looking to Coach Glazner. Might think that she was looking for the last shot. Finds Prokop looking for a chance to get that three back. Relentless offensive rebounding and regroup time for Independence.
Good
Banks
pass.
wastes no time to Miller.
And that's
Clock
what she's
still
been doing.
moving.
She's been doing it all game. Attacking. If they step up, we're dumping it right off to my big Hodge.
10 seconds left. Hodge, desperation three.
Ooh.
Trying to show off a little Steph Curry range. Unable to hit. 8.7 seconds. Banks across the timeline. We're at 3 seconds. Another Euro step looking for
Charge.
Miller. They're going to get it with the charge.
Oh, my goodness. And that is on cue, Maya Boyer. Shoot, the sophomore.
Standing strong down low.
Standing strong down low. And, hey, ill-advised shot on the other end by Hodge. You know, just with so much time left, we don't even want to give the Eagles that time to get down the floor. But here with 2.9, Foster, oh, you had a little bit more time.
And after that, with the pinball action shot, good shot there by Foster. And a nice little run that the Lady Cougars are giving us here at the end of the third quarter, Trenton. 48-33 as we approach the fourth quarter here at Centennial High School. Lady Eagles on top of the Lady Cougars. As we remind you, we are broadcasting live Facebook and YouTube, WC-TV Net,
Yes, sir.
as we are closing in on our last quarter of our girls game. Around 7:15, we will have our boys action as the Centennial Cougars and the Independence Eagles in a very important conference matchup as this one is here as well. 6 wins last year for this Lady Eagles basketball team, Trenton, and right now they have 6 wins in the conference. 12-6 overall, so already a vast improvement, and looking to capitalize from off of this game. After that, after the week off and the 75-40 loss to Page. Yeah,
and that was mentioned in the pregame interview, you know, with both coaches seated right next to each other, and it was mentioned by the athletic director of Williamson County. He asked Coach Glazner, or he asked Coach Simmons, saying, "Hey, you know, Coach Glazner, they just won 6 games last season. Is this something that you're looking forward to? That, you know, you're having a down season, but it goes to show. I mean, proof is in the pudding. You can turn it around, right? Yeah, it's contagious, and you can turn it around just like that. And I'm sure he's looking. Coach Simmons responded. He said, "Yeah, I'm looking forward to it." And he's looking forward to it because these girls are fighting.
They're fighting. They have that grit and that will and the talent, and they're coachable. They're sponges, and that's what we're seeing with the type of play that they being the Lady Cougars are showing on the floor. As big defensive rebound there by Maya Boyer drawing the foul. And quickly out of the break, the Lady Cougars will take back possession. And that will be the 4th foul on the Lady Eagles. 8 for the Lady Cougars as we are in fourth quarter territory here, Centennial High School.
And every possession matters here.
Nice
Parker.
give and go.
Nice.
Foster up and under and one. Oh, my goodness. Sheraton Foster making sure everyone is awake. Goodness gracious, what a play.
Hey, Coach Simmons told us this is a name to look out for. And you said it early in the game, too, Parker. Look at this. And one going down.
Her eyes never left the rim right there.
And those are the type of shots that you know that she's just been in the gym as she knocks down the and one go ahead. We have a 12-point ball game.
Wow. What a play. What a conversion on the free throws as the Lady Cougars showing pressure. Good hustle there by Foster.
And look at the bench. I love it. Everyone's standing up. They're saying, hey, girls, we're almost there. We just need to break open the doors. Banks is subbing right back in. Glazner said, okay, hold on. We're on the road. We don't want them to get too hot, so let's get our girl back in. But, man, I love the intensity that the Cougars are showing right now as they're picking up full court pressure.
And how about that rotation that Coach Simmons is doing on that Lady Cougar sideline as well, getting fresh bodies in. And I don't know, after this run, quick turnover. Lady Cougars give it right back. Miller up to Davis. Davis hard off the glass with the left hand. What an answer by the Lady Eagles, A.K. Davis with the hard finish.
Okay, whatever you can do, I can do as well. And I'm going to answer right back. That's a big play. And going back, man, Cougars, they had the momentum, that costly unforced turnover there. That's when you grab it, you let everyone get back, move the ball around. Let's get another open shot because we have the momentum, but the Eagles doing a good job of pressuring themselves and getting that and one bucket. AK.
And as Miss Davis finishes off that three-point play. And you know what? Regardless, no matter the scoreboard, Trenton, the last 4.5 minutes of basketball time and 40 seconds of this quarter.
The scoreboard
has been great basketball.
Man. The scoreboard does not show what these girls have really been putting on. I mean, you know, Cougars are down by double digits, but it feels like they're right in the game.
Nice up and under attempt there by Maya Boyer. Kayla Miller defending down low for the Lady Eagles as she gets the ball strong.
And another and one here by the Eagles. Big shot there and demoralizing for the Lady Cougars. Is 7 minutes to go. But, hey, if I'm Coach Simmons and if I'm the leaders out there, Sheraton Foster on the floor right now, Taija Hodges on the floor, you're telling your girls, hey, let's keep it going. Let's continue to get better as a team. Let's continue to get better individually. We're still in this ball game. We're still playing.
Kayla Miller finishing off the three-point play. What a game tonight the senior center has had for the Lady Eagles. Offensively and defensively has been a very, very key role and a physical specimen on both sides of the ball for the Lady Eagles. And forcing her, Miller and Banks both forcing key players of that Lady Cougars roster into foul trouble.
Yeah.
As we still see Skinner there on the sidelines, approaching 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this ball game. Ball on the floor. And
travel call.
So instead of a jump ball, we're going to get a travel call called on Banks.
Hey, it's whatever the ref sees, they're going to call it. And can't argue with it.
And a good turn of events for if you are the Lady Cougars.
Yeah. You get a quick attack bucket here. We don't need threes. We just need a good open shot.
Down 18, quick points is what you need. Good look. Nice pump fake. Nice pull up off the elbow. Great defense. Passes decline. And a 4-point swing. Unable to finish. What a look. What a play by Foster Decline. On the other end, Kayla Miller, red hot here in the second half.
Well, this is why you can see Coach Glazner over there upset that he had to take his star center out so early in the game. This is what he's wanted her to do all game, and now she's in here, and Sheraton Foster, a tray ball put up, and it is good, Parker. Foster showing us what she can do.
The rim finally giving in for 24 there. Sheraton Foster getting one from deep. Hit every part of the rim that it could and went in. We have a 14-point game, 5 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. As going down low was Morrow kind of uncontrollably, and the foul is going to be called. I believe that is Klein.
Well, this is why you continue to fight back in ball games. I mean, in my experience as a college basketball player, I've seen games where we've been up 25 going into the second half. We've been up 15 going into the last 10 minutes of the ball game, 20-minute halves in college, and it gets stripped right from us. And I think Coach Simmons is like, hey, there's still 6 minutes left in this ball game. You guys are only down, now 16 points. You never know what could happen. that play a little bit ago, Sheraton Foster could have got a 4-point swing and could have got them right back here, close to a 10-point deficit. As the second free throw's missed.
They do a good job making the other team sweat. And that's all. And as a young team, that's all you can look forward to, and especially for the future, being able to coach into not only making other teams sweat, but making other teams lose. And that's exactly what Coach Simmons is molding this team into being.
Yeah.
With leaders like Foster, leaders like Taisha Hodge, those young leaders that are sophomores, as Hannah Wright will be graduating as she comes back into the game. And we'll be losing that vocal leader for Centennial. But as far as the team aspect of it, it is there. And as far as we're looking at the Independence team here, good look here as we approach the playoffs, and they will be a team to look out for. But as you said, in this game here, plenty of time for the Cougars to make this more of a game and to make Jalen Banks and this Lady Eagles team sweat a little bit more.
Tough.
Hard rebound by Miller.
Kayla Miller, she's just reaping the benefits of just being down there boxing out. Cleanup crew. Hodges,
quick
no
release.
Hesitation. And now you're starting to see the experience and the age factor come in, as Coach Simmons even mentioned. Just some of the unforced turnovers, some of the quick shots, and right now, I mean, hey,
and they're slowing the game down too.
Yeah, and that's what the Eagles are definitely going to be doing. We're going to see a slower 4 minutes here, as the Eagles are almost fairly sure to win this game. But hey, I'm not going to be surprised if the Cougars.
A.K. Davis, wide open.
Ooh, there goes.
Foster getting the kick off the wing.
Ooh.
Switches to the center of the key and hits. Nice little elbow jumper, Sheraton Foster.
Foster with the in and out move right into a pull-up. We work on that in the gym.
3:45 left to go in this ball game. Jalen Brooks drawing the foul as she enters the lane.
Jalen Banks, she's been going with that right-hand crossover to the left all game, and she's been hitting them with it. She's been driving right in the middle, using her body. She's tall. She's got a great frame, and I believe it's going to be Lady Cougar ball. I believe a charging call.
I missed that. Is that on offense there?
It looks like they called the charging call, but I'll tell you, that's a call that kind of goes both ways. They won't call that all the time. They probably won't call that in college, which I wouldn't be surprised to see Jalen Banks playing one day.
Yes, it just depends on how in control or not you are as you enter the lane too.
Yeah.
And judging by these refs' eyes, she was a little more out of control than in control.
Right.
So Sheraton Foster, after the foul call on Banks, 59-43 Independence over Centennial. As we are 3.5 minutes left to go in this game. Hannah Wright, turnaround jumper misses. Bleachers are filling up on both sides in anticipation for our boys matchup here in the District 11 AAA matchup. And probably going to be seeing a little bit of clock management here for the Lady Eagles. Hard screen by Miller. Good looking screen, clean screen by Miller.
Yeah.
And traveling call after that.
And look at Hannah Wright getting right back up, and she's been doing that all game. She's been scrappy.
She's been all over the floor,
oh, man. She's the senior. She's the lone senior. Coach Simmons says, hey, she's not only our role model, she's our vocal leader. And as she's setting the screen for her scorer, Sheraton Foster, she's been great tonight. She's just been the captain that the Cougars have needed. As Banks gets in here and gets a little scrappy.
See if we're going to get a foul or a jump ball call here. And I believe it is going to be a foul call.
And the crowd getting into it a little bit. I think that was a good play by Banks. She went in there. She went for the ball, but hey, that's what happens, man. You know, I like the Cougars. She's not just going to let her. Boyer's not going to let her just take the ball from her. Hey, if you want this ball, you're going to have to get it from me.
Banks with the foul call as she takes a breather. Libby Morrill coming into the game. Shooting for the Lady Cougars, Maya Boyer. And, you know, you're talking about the senior leadership and such. Got to look the same thing for Kayla Miller on the independent side, that lone senior on the starting five, having a huge game tonight.
She is.
As Boyer coming up short on the front end of that 1-and-1. And 2:45 left to go here in regulation.
Nice.
A.K. Davis hard with the left hand off the glass, unable to hit. And Kayla Miller once again strong on that offensive boards. Getting a little shot to the mouth there, going through it and able to get herself to the line. And zero quit until there's 4 zeros on the board for Kayla Miller.
And just on cue, man, you talked about Kayla Miller being the lone senior, and Coach Glazner, he's going to be leaning on her heavy going into district play and district tournament game. And she knocks down a silky smooth free throw, 1 for 1 so far. She's been having a great game, and those are Lady Cougars don't have a ton of size out there as Skinner's out. So those are tough. That's Miller's she's gonna eat all those up and get those buckets. As the second one is pretty and it is good.
Yeah, Coach Glazner has done a good job using his personnel. The depth of his personnel to tire down and wear down this Centennial Lady Cougars front, but cannot discount the play and the grit of these Lady Cougars here at home, that they've stayed in this game, even though 61-43 scoreboard. As turnover, Davis bringing the ball up court for the Lady Eagles, approaching 2 minutes left to go in our ball game.
And it is almost a 20-point game, but look at this. The hustle is still there. Senior Hannah Wright, she's still fighting. And we've been saying it, timeout by Ben Simmons, because even him as a coach, hey, it's 2 minutes. We're likely to lose this game, but hey, we still got things to work on, Parker, and we still got a district tournament that we're going to be playing in, whether it's 9, 8, 7 seed. So we're going to continue to get better as a team, and I think every single girl on that bench right now is bought into that. The 4th-seeded Eagles have been playing outstanding tonight. They've been attacking the rim. They've been aggressive. It's paid off for them. I mean, you could see just by the foul calls. I mean, in the double bonus is the Eagles. The Cougars are in the bonus as well. They're just attacking each other. They're going head-to-head.
It's a physical game on both sides.
It's a physical game. Sure. They're competing. They're getting, each player is getting better. I just really love to see it.
And you're mentioning the rankings, with this win and with last week, Ravenwood beating Dixon, the current third place at 7-3. With them, third place is still in the picture for the Lady Eagles with this win. And they will be on track to get, if not a bye, that first game. Get a good rank, a good seed, and good matchup. As even though right now at 0-10, the Centennial Lady Cougars will not be a slouch. Whoever their first round opponent will be, just showing with injuries on the bench and with foul trouble, how they're still playing this game and how they are still making the Lady Eagles work.
This is a team that coaches are a little worried about sometimes. Like, hey, I hope my girls don't overlook them, because they'll come up and sneak up on us. And with age, sometimes girls don't see that. I don't think it'll be a problem with these Eagles here. As a great feed inside from Miller, keep on eating down low.
Good look by Wiggins.
Yeah, that's the pass that Glazner has been wanting from the corner to get down. As Harper Klein wide open 3.
That girl is not afraid to shoot, and she is getting that shot, and I do not expect her to stop shooting that ball. And, I do want to give kudos to that Lady Eagles team, that what you just mentioned, not looking over this Centennial team and coming out and remembering who they are, remembering their identity and where they come from after that hard loss to Page, and just getting themselves back on the right foot here on the road at Centennial. And they will be, looking ahead to 3 home games here in a row after this game. So that is something to look forward to in the latter half of this season, going into postseason.
Parker, that is a key word for every single team in this district, in district tournament time. It's identity. Who are we as a team? Who am I as a player? What is my role on this team? I have to do that at an elite level. Those are the teams that really come alive and really make a run. The Cougars, as Brad Simmons, he says they don't quit. They understand the culture aspect of things. They get along great. As the first free throw is good.
That's going to be
for
dangerous.
Davis.
That's going to be dangerous when these sophomores are seniors, though.
Exactly.
That's what the outside looking in doesn't see.
Yep. So hey,
I'm excited to see what happens with it.
I'm extremely excited for this group, and they're headed in the right direction. But yeah, I think they know what their identity is on this team. Is Sheraton Foster. She's not going to let it. She's going to keep putting them up as well.
Just good looking shots.
Yeah.
Just good looking shots. Good looking play all around. Clean game. Like you said, a few fouls on both sides, but nonetheless, high scoring game.
Yeah.
At that, as we are underneath 1 minute left to go here in our fourth quarter of action. 64-43.
Right back to her.
Miller down low. That's got to be 14 points here in the second half at least.
Ooh, my goodness, and I'm sure she's past that 20 mark already. She's just, nice rudimentary, big girl basketball.
Nice
post
pick.
Down inside. Ooh.
Nice little drive there by Wright after the pick from Garrison there. And with that is 30 seconds left as the Lady Eagles will bring the ball up the floor.
I think that's going to be it right there, unless Miller wants to get her a little bit more.
As she does, Kayla Miller, little icing on the cake for the Lady Eagles.
Little cherry on top, Parker.
That's right. As we get close to 10 seconds, the Lady Eagles, as Foster for the Cougars with the last second two. The Lady Eagles will go to 7-3, 13-6 overall, as 0-11 from 2-16 for the Lady Cougars after tonight's game. So with the buzzer sounding, Trenton Perry 68-45. The Lady Cougars fall to the visiting Lady Eagles.
Yeah.
And Trenton, it was a pleasure. Appreciate you being here, man.
Yeah, man.
I hate that you're not going to be able here to witness this boys game coming out and call it with me, but enjoy your radio show after this, and we hope we see you again.
Absolutely, man.
Again soon.
Hey, I had a great time with you guys, Parker. I appreciate it. A great game tonight, and hey, this gym is about to get electric. I know you're going to have a fine time watching this boys game.
Absolutely, yes, sir. Stay with us. WC-TV Game of the Week, Centennial High School against Independence. We'll be right back.